Hey everyone, Kieran King here. Today I'm going to show you a little bit of my thinking behind how I look at potential equity investments in early stage young businesses or startups. Everyone knows that investing in early stage companies is risky business. I'm sure you have heard of the statistic that says that 9 out of 10 startups fail. I would go even further and say that those that actually produce an actual return for investors is more like 99 out of 100. However, if you do end up getting it right, the results could be astronomical. If you invested in Revolut in 2016, your shares would be worth around 600% more. Now, this is what makes startup or early stage business investing so exciting and why VC firms invest billions each year into new young businesses. To evaluate the concept and idea of a business, I utilize an approach called the 3 business frontiers. This is something my colleagues and I put together that builds on McKinsey's 3 horizons approach, but has evolved to be slightly different. It's basically a fluid overview that identifies 3 different milestones that a business should have the potential to achieve for it to be considered a potentially great investment. Remember, with startups and early stage businesses, we're not looking for a good return, we're looking for a great return because that is what will outweigh the risks associated with investing in it in the first place. Anyways, on to the 3 frontiers. The first frontier is called proof. This is simply the proof that the business has a workable business model that generates money. A business can prove this stage to me by having a product that works, that there is an audience for it, or even better, that it is making sales and generating revenue, even if that revenue is small. The second frontier is called scale. This is not about the intrinsic ability a business has to scale, but also if it has the channels and routes to market to do so. This is where the strength and experience of the management team is so important. I would also look at the geographical reach a product has and its relevancy in other countries around the world. The third frontier is called protect and innovate. This is all about protecting and maintaining a business position in the market, as well as constant innovation, finding new ways to grow and build around its core proposition. It's important to note that these different states are not necessarily in chronological order or time order, but rather they can be worked on all at the same time simultaneously. So I'm going to go through now 2 examples of actual companies and how their success can be applied to these 3 frontiers. One is a company that is very well known around the world, and the second is a young company I invested in a few years ago that is on its way to what I believe are great things. So the first company we're looking at is Uber Technologies, the ride-hail taxi-on-demand app that has currently a market cap of around $80 billion or so. Is also listed on the New York Stock Exchange. So let's look at how Frontier 1 proof applied. The founders of Uber initially started by playing with an idea of ordering cabs from your phone. They built an app, and in 2010 they launched a beta version in New York using only 3 cars to test the concept. After successfully testing the concept, they proceeded to launch properly in San Francisco and attract $1.25 million in funding. It had proven it worked on a small scale, so far so good. And it attracted the necessary seed funding for it to start its journey. Let's look at now Frontier 2, or scale. The business launched internationally, breaking into Paris and France. The potential for scale here was obvious. Smartphones are on the rise in more or less every country around the world, and almost every country in the world also provides a taxi service. How else will people get around? Lastly, the third frontier is not just a ride-hailing app, but something that can penetrate a number of different verticals. For instance, Uber in 2014 launched Uber Eats for food delivery services. Now, this example just shows a few ways that a successful company like Uber has ticked all 3 of these boxes, all 3 of these frontiers, if you apply the model that we've done. Now, let's look at a lesser well-known example of my current portfolio, LifeSafe Technologies. They have developed a unique, fully certified and accredited natural environmentally friendly fluid that puts out 5 different types of fire dispensed through a compact, fully recyclable plastic aerosol. I'm going to post a link to their website below so you can see more of their product in action. So let's put this product and this company against the 3 criteria. Number 1 is proof. When I invested in this product, it didn't have much in terms of sales, but it did have the research and development as well as the accreditations and certifications to show that the product actually works in real life. There was nothing like it I'd seen in the market, and usually when I've done fire safety training before, you need a lot of different fire extinguishers for different fires. This had a one-size-fits-all formula that worked. The company also did its own surveys and found that over 70% of people would buy the product at priced at a certain way. So for me, that's Frontier 1 ticked. Number 2 is scale. This product has sourced and attracted the engagement of a fantastic CEO, Neil Smith, who wanted to lead the company to greater heights. Now, what I spoke about before about the importance of an experienced management team, He had experience as being the CEO of a publicly AIM-listed company called Fire Angel, as well as being the commercial director for the likes of the Kingfisher Group, which operates B&Q, Screwfix and Castorama. And with his experience also came his black book, his list of contacts that throughout the industry that could help promote and become a channel for this product. And not only that, the company had growing interest from as far as North America to Australia. That's the second frontier ticked. Number 3 is all about protection and innovation. LifeSafe had all the intellectual property rights and patents, not only for the fluid, but also the exclusive rights for use of the aerosol, which is used and discharged from. This meant legal protection from competition. Moreover, LifeSafe had plans to not only sell one size, but varying sizes of the product, as well as other fire safety equipment like smoke detectors and fire detectors. Not only that, with the liquid that they've produced, there's a lot of different applications that it can explore, such as using the liquid in sprinklers in buildings. So for me, that's Frontier 3 ticked. You can see that the company has ticked all these boxes for me to look at it at a proper investment opportunity. Once it did, I looked deeper into the financials, and then made the decision to invest. My last point before I finish is that you really got to love and believe in the business you choose to invest in. If you fundamentally don't love the business, it'll be hard for you to maintain interest and belief in it over the long term, because that is really what early stage investing is about. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, then please subscribe to my channel and give me a like. I would love to hear your thoughts and perhaps some of the things you look at closely when deciding if you were to make an investment or consider an investment in an early stage business. Anyways, until next time, take care everyone, and I'll see you all soon.